guys, how you doing? Got a bit of an announcement here today. I got Sherman with me, and he's actually come onto the channel. He's going to be contributing a lot more down the road. Many of you may recognize him. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable, and we're happy to have him on the channel. I'm personally very grateful he came on. Today we're just going to be talking about some very basic flight maneuvering, as Sherman likes to call it, VBFM. And we're just going to be talking about some barrel rolls and some high yo-yos and overshooting and just very basic stuff here today. So yeah, Sherman's going to talk us through all that. We're going to have a dogfight, and then we'll look at the Tacview at the end. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, alright, have you...
Copy that, I have tally.
merged?
So it seems like we've entered a two-circle fight right now, is that correct, Sherman?
Pretty much, we've both turned opposites towards into each other. Although I've lost some energy in the descent, and I'm trying to track you with my helmet-mounted sight, basically.
Copy.
What I'm going to want to do is try and get onto you with the maximum amount of energy possible, probably get a shot. I did not have the opportunity there. So now I'm going to try and repeat the maneuver, but with a climb instead. See if I can sharpen the turn, because you can outturn me for days. And I'm stalling. And that has cost me, because I could see you coming up on my 6. Had you, and now I've lost you again.
Yeah, I don't see you either. Never mind, I got you.
Okay, so you basically overshot me there, right?
Oh yeah, big time.
What I try to do is predict the relative velocity of my opponent, so that if I'm going to overshoot, I will typically either high yo-yo over him to come back on his 6 at a relatively similar speed, or barrel roll to do the same thing. Okay, gun ready. So I'm going to struggle for airspeed in this fight, whereas in turning fights like this, you basically have a massive advantage.
Yeah, the MiG is a vicious dogfighter.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to fight a bit more in the vertical in order to keep up with you.
Fuel 1500.
And even then, you can keep up.
Fuel 1500.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're lucky I didn't have gun selected.
I had that problem earlier as well. Alright, so now I'm in deep shit because I have basically nowhere to go to build energy.
Guns, guns, guns.
Ah! Light engine fire, that's normally not a good thing. Okay, so hydraulics failure as well.
Alright, here's the Tacview. This is me. That's Sherman, the blue Sukhoi 33. There's the merge right there. And that's a two-circle fight. Okay, so that's him going the opposite way of me, and we got a two-circle fight. My turns are really long because I kept my afterburner on by accident. And you can see Sherman's gonna try to get a head-on pass here. This is gonna be his, it should be what he was trying to do, because he doesn't want to get into a turning fight with a MiG-29 when he's flying a Sukhoi 33. It's a major disadvantage for him. That would be because the MiG is lighter. I can turn tighter than he can, so that's ideally not in a situation he wants to be in. So you can see he tried to get guns on me there, but he just couldn't line it up. So what he's going to do is try the same thing again, but if you remember in the video he said he was going to go vertical. You can see it a little bit here. He goes vertical. I try to stay horizontal. I got a little bit of downwards altitude there, and we're going to come back. I'm going to try to make sure he can't get a nose-on snapshot at me, so I go a little bit higher, and that takes away his opportunity to get a shot off as we merge for a third time, I guess. So now I've managed to somewhat force a turning fight. We're kind of in a downward scissor right now, and you can see my speed's a lot higher than his right now, so he's getting some nice turns, which are worrying for me, but I feel like I'm just not really paying attention to my speed here, which is a problem. Alright, now this point here, you can see he's not really doing what he should be. That's because he lost visual on me. I take this opportunity to come down low and come up behind him. As I do that, he manages to get visual. And now that he's got visual, he's going to brake. And right here. Okay, so this is the part where I overshot him. Right, so right about here. What I should have done, he saw me coming, so he broke to the left, and you can see he's got a Mach 0.6 speed, and I am Mach 1. And so he breaks and I overshoot. So what I should have done in that situation was the high yo-yo, right? I would have come up and I would have come back down to bleed off speed and not overshoot him. I don't do that, and I end up overshooting Sherman here. Now, one thing I do know about this situation is that I am fast and he is slow, and I now have to correct the fact that I overshot him. Okay, as he does a high yo-yo version of his own there, he manages to line himself up behind me. That's definitely what a high yo-yo is. He just did it right there, and he's going to position himself nicely on my 6. Now, like I said, what I know is that he is slow and I'm fast because I just overshot him. And so what I'm going to do is just take my energy and I'm just going to go vertical and hope that he can't follow me. So I go full burner on. You can see the Mach 0.1, 1.0 and 0.9, and I'm just going to fly vertical and try to outrun him. And you can see that it worked. He wasn't able to follow the climb there. So I managed to give myself some breathing room here. But if I remember correctly, I can't take advantage of it. You can see I'm doing these horizontal turns. I lost visual on him for a second there. So as I'm turning to see him again, I see him on my 6 here. So then I'm going to nose down. And once again, my speed is too high for me to be turn fighting with Sherman here. I need to decrease my speed, get it down to about Mach 0.6. That's about 370 to 400 knots, which is going to be the corner speed of the MiG. You can see I'm getting in real bad situations here. He's got full, you can see the full frontal profile of the plane. He manages to get shots off. I get lucky and they miss. I didn't even see them in the fight. I didn't know he shot at me. For some reason, during this part of the fight, I was actually looking off in front. I wasn't looking back at him, which was a problem. You should always keep your eye on the guy you're dogfighting. So at this point, I'm like, yeah, you know, clearly I have a problem. He's managing to outturn me, or at least match my turn. So I start to decrease the speed, the throttle, and I put the air brakes on, and I managed to, I think I had air brakes on, I'm not sure, but I get the speed down to Mach 0.6 right here. And watch how the turn just gets really tight here as I get into the corner speed of the MiG. Look at that. It's almost like a drift when you get to that corner speed. And using that, I can get on Sherman's 6 here. Now Sherman's not going to hang around to let me do that, so he drops his nose and he goes down. I'm going to try to follow that. By the time I get down there, he's already coming back up. So now we're back into our little turning fights. And he manages to outsmart me on the turn there. So now I got to turn around. I've lost visual on him. I'm not sure where he is. By the time I acquire it, he is pulling back, trying to get on my 6 again. But his speeds are way too low for his Sukhoi. Like, he's having trouble. He's right around stall speed right now. You can see his maneuvers there. He's definitely close to stalling, and I'm just fine. I mean, I'm not at the ideal turn speed, but I'm comfortable. And therefore I just managed to get around and take him out. And you can see here he was in trouble. He didn't have much he could do. He couldn't climb because he didn't have enough energy. He can't continue the turn fight with a MiG-29. He's already close to stalling. There really isn't a whole lot that he could have done here. And he's going to catch some rounds. And that will just fast forward. Alright, so that's going to be the dogfight between me and Sherman. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.